Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. The last time I made an update on, I was actually talking about the futures listing on Binance, and really in that video I was raising concerns as to why they're actually not listing the token on spot rather than on futures, which actually is usually something that is not too good unless they go ahead and announce that, you know what, we are also going to be listing the token on spot. So ever since then we have seen the price getting massively rejected, and we have seen, I think, a total of about something like here a 35% drop. So with this in mind, I think we want to take a look at the chart and see really can we continue moving towards the upside, or this price that is going to be down from here. So before I get there, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. Probably this video is going to be short, so we want to tell the YouTube algorithm that, you know what, that in as much as this video is short, it's still something that is very much relevant. Of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on Xcn Onyxcoin and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Let me not bother my mouth too much here, and I will start with the daily time frame. And we were looking at things like the EMA ribbons, and we're saying that, look, this is actually consistent of what we have seen with big pumps that have actually resulted into something sustainable here for Onyxcoin. If we take a look at the EMA ribbons, you can see that once you're flipping them, you really have like strong pushes. So that's just number one. But you can also consider the previous levels here back here in 2024, of course. Then of course you can see this one also in 2023. So this has been characteristic of very positive and legitimate ones here on Xcoin, and I think this time around is also not going to be very much different. But I think there are also things that we have to consider, especially immediate short time frames, because it's appearing, if we go here maybe to the 1 hourly time frame, we can see that the price ever since it has gotten rejected with this Binance listing, futures listing, we have seen that the chart has gone on to develop somewhat of a range, and we have also developed a support right there, as you can see here, and it's looking like the chart wants to visit that level once again. If I make out price targets here, I'm taking a look at 1.8 cents per scale, 1.89 cents for Onyxcoin, but we know the drill, right? The more you hit on a resistance level or a support level for that matter, that actually is the more likely you're going to be able to break below or break above if it's a resistance. So in this situation, we don't want to be playing too much close to this 1.89 cents region. We want to be, you know, drifting away from that level, pushing the price towards the upside, because if we happen to break this resistance here, I would actually think that this can be followed by somewhat of a 20% drop here for Onyxcoin back to the next, you know, immediate support level that we can see right there on the chart, especially if we take a look at the chart on a daily time frame. But of course, for this to happen, the support has to be broken first, right? We're still away from that. I think from where the price is sitting right now, we can say we are about 6% away. So this is something that I'm watching very much closely, because I don't want to be caught off guard, right? And also, I mean, you may be asking, you're saying there can be a 20% drop that comes on the chart here. Are there any other indications, right? Is there any other confluence that we can point to? I think here, if we just go ahead and, you know, get rid of all the drawings here, take a look at a fresh chart, the rally that we had right from the bottom right there until the top, looking at retracement tools, I think it's also very much, you know, very much possible that the chart goes back and revisits the 0.6 retracement level, which you see also is very much in line with the 20% drop that I was saying from current prices, which you can see clearly right there is about a minus 18.4%. So yeah, I'm not saying this is going to be happening. I'm just saying that in the case that we are breaking support, I don't want to be caught off guard, as I'm saying, right? And I'm also going to be looking for a trade to see if we can short this whole thing. We have been doing this in the Patreon time and again, and the results actually speak for themselves. By the way, if you want to be joining the trading group, you can feel free to do that via the link that is going to be in the description, and we're taking trades together, right? So I think we have a clear picture. We are very much understood. Now, aside from the 0.6 being a very, very common Fibonacci retracement level, we have also established, I think at the beginning of the video, that there is already like a massive support level that is sitting right around that level. If I may just go back here, you can also see that, yeah, this has been an area of concern, obviously, on the daily time frame as well. So yeah, there is confluence right there, in my humble opinion. When I take a look at the RSI, maybe there isn't much to interpret, right? Because on the daily time frame, we're still above 70. Now, I personally actually consider the chart around 70 kind of momentum towards upside once again. So I was looking at the 4 hourly time frame, and I was saying, okay, it's looking like the chart has already gotten below 70 here. So can it continue its way towards the downside here? But I was also looking at a point which is very similar to where we are right now with Onyxcoin, which we saw that the chart was dropping here, but it never dipped all the way down to 30 here. Just, you know, pretty much recouped itself and it started pumping and even had a much bigger pump, as you can see right here. So could this also be the case here, that the RSI quickly recuperates here and starts pushing towards, that 70 mark again? Then we could see a massive run here for Onyxcoin. So yeah, I'm just preparing for the worst right now at this point, because this market is still very much shaky. I mean, we've had a decent few days, maybe ever since last week Wednesday or something like that, but we just never know, right? Especially with these tariffs things. And actually, we also just had news that Jamie Dimon sold like $32 million in terms of the stock of JP Morgan. So yeah, news like this, they can spook the market a little bit. Maybe it's just a false flag, because already if this is an SEC report, it probably means that he has already sold. So yeah, I don't know. Yet again, in terms of like the outlook, if those guys are, that's not too optimistic for the market again. So I still believe that we're in a very shaky market, so expecting a minus 20% drop on Xcoin is something that is very, very much possible. And of course, I'm not saying that this is the top and you will never see the price at this point again. I'm just looking out to say that, what, this is something that is very much possible right there. But of course, I mean, enough probably with, pessimism. If this thing doesn't break support, it means that it's actually much more bullish than I anticipated, because here again, from the moment where the rally began until the top here, you can see that you're still being supported by the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. Like, support at these high retracement levels is something that is very, very optimistic, right? It means that there is massive strength on the chart. However, just as I said and I pointed out at the beginning of the video, if the 1.8 cents is lost, 1.85, 1.88 cents is lost, yeah, I think that minus 20% drop is something that can actually be following on the chart very much closely. So we'll see what eventually happens. I'll check in if there are any developments. So if you don't want to be missing any of those updates, stay subscribed, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye bye.